Heyo there, Internet. This is AFTERBUZZ TV for Archer Season 7, Episode 10, Deadly Velvet Part 2, the finale. That's all she wrote for this season. Stay tuned. We're going to be giving our thoughts and opinions.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, I know. Everyone quit your crying. We got serious discussions to take part in.
How can we even talk at a time like this, Greg? How?
Guys, things may seem dark on Archer, but we will persevere, we will plow through.
Oh my god.
Adam Reed is contractually obligated to deliver more episodes. So we at least have that going for us.
I think we can bounce back to old theories. It's gonna be Mallory Archer's show next year. We don't change the title.
I'm still waiting for a baby to be shooting people.
Right?
I need it in my life.
Test AJ's hands. That's what I say.
She probably watched them already. She's a smart cookie.
Greg, why don't you introduce the show?
Guys, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Archer, Season 7, Episode 10, Deadly Velvet, Part 2. That's a mouthful.
So much.
But guys, not as much of a mindful as this entire episode, because man, oh man, we got some bombs dropped on us. Who is us? Valid question, Internet. My name is Greg Goodness. You can find me on the Twitter @GregGoodness, but I'm not the only one here deeply affected by this episode. Everyone go around and introduce yourselves.
I'm Joelle Monique, and I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Come on now.
You can find me everywhere @Joelle Monique. Oh no, Alexis.
That's Alexis Torres. You can find her on Twitter @ATorres890. I'm just gonna drink my thoughts away. As always, I'm Zach Wilson, aka that Zach Wilson, in my slightly darker black turtleneck.
I'm sorry.
In memoriam
I'm sorry.
of Archer, apparently
Guys,
dead.
Spoiler alerts, guys. If you haven't watched the episode, which I don't know why that would be the case, but spoiler alert, Archer is dead.
He is dead, like in a pool, face down.
I don't believe it.
I don't
I don't believe it. I'm in denial. He's alive. That's another cyborg.
I don't buy it.
I think he's dead. The show doesn't usually backpedal. Usually there's a reason and then a new thing.
True.
But we lost Archer today, guys.
I mean, I don't even know if I should save it for predictions since it's the finale.
I'm not.
We're just burning through everything.
Okay, so
doing
here's
That finale left me with reckless abandon. I don't care anymore. Just leave it all on the table.
all right. So here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
We've got Cyborg Archer on the patio, fried up. We've got an Archer in the pool.
He says an Archer, not the Archer. An Archer
Yeah,
or the
we
Archer?
have an Archer
Okay,
in
alright,
the
okay.
pool.
It's not the Archer.
There's at least 2 Krieger robot cyborgs running
that's true.
around. Milkley and Copley.
They're not running around anymore.
Valid.
Oh, yeah. That's a valid point. They aren't running around anymore.
There were
They're running around in
2
cyborg heaven.
Krieger
Damn it.
cyborgs. So my thought is, why shouldn't there have been a second Archer cyborg? The plan was, as described by one of the Archers, needlessly complicated.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So he's got a breathing apparatus under there, or like he was wearing a cyborg mask that pops up.
I'm
sorry, go
No.
ahead.
I was about to jump into that. I think Archer is sitting in Mexico. Like we've always talked about, every season when Archer either disappears because he's in one of his fits or something, he's in Mexico getting naked with tequila and dancing. That is exactly what he's doing.
I think these are wishful thoughts.
He's just like, well, why shouldn't I have sex with her before she's hauled away to jail for murder?
Yep.
Okay, but then we're also assuming that
very
Archer was able to convince her that it's okay that he's been shot twice by her. and he should now be on a plane with her to Mexico.
sex with her.
Did you think anything less? That sounds Archer to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but regardless of how crazy she is, I don't think that Archer would be able to convince her, hey, you shot me twice, but this time we're good.
No.
Here's where
I'm
the
gonna
story
get on a
breaks for me
plane
though.
with
Veronica
you.
Dean clearly wants to shoot Archer. Like,
No, but I'm gonna I don't know what I was doing.
You're gonna fondle the
Yeah, I'm
balls?
gonna fondle the balls. Just to let you know,
All right,
I'm in
this got-
charge.
this got weird. Let's move forward.
No. I think that because we don't know if that's really acting. I'm assuming it is, but how sad she was that she shot Archer in the first place. I think Archer's gonna convince her that you've already shot 2 of me. They're gonna think that I'm in the pool and that's a cyborg. We could just run off together. No one will even notice that.
maybe. To Zach's point, I could see next season starting with Archer popping up, taking off fake mask, like, haha, you guys thought I was dead, and like literally like just going straight from there. I could see that.
Yeah.
We have done the vacation thing before, where we come back and Archer was missing, and then
Because
he's
we
like,
couldn't find Veronica Dean. We don't know where she is. She
Right.
could have been like, oh, how did this plan work? How did you figure this out? Well, I don't know. You shot me twice, Veronica Dean. Let's go get drinks.
I truly think
I
to be
don't
a
know.
previous prediction we made that Archer has died, and that they can bring him back as a cyborg because Krieger has all of that stuff backed up, and now he has to live with the fact that he's a cyborg and try to mentally make headspace for that. That's where I think we're going.
Yeah, that option of Archer, just like, he's not even just like, he just is a cyborg, and now he has to like, it's like an existential crisis season. Oh my god, it would be a crazy it would just be a sci-fi season.
It's
It
a
was.
$6 million man season.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I mean,
did
granted,
it.
we already had Barry being the $6 million.
Yeah, he's already
and
in
we
the
also-
jogging suit.
and we
as a
Oh my God, that was
literal
so-
like theme song that they
beautiful.
gave him.
Well, I mean, because we already had to deal with Archer dealing with the fact that he thought he was gonna die, and I don't even remember what season that was, 2 or 3 maybe. I don't even 2. One?
Cancer one?
Yeah. So I mean,
it was
this
3.
could.
Yeah.
I think it was 3. And so I mean, that could be another thing that he's just kind of dwelling on. Is like, I'm not even real. It's like, no.
Breaking the fourth wall there,
Yeah.
which we had a little bit of a foreshadowing in the spin-off series.
Oh, I would love that
A little
so
bit of
much.
breaking the fourth wall.
I love
We
that.
are getting dangerously close to the previously predicted Terminator season.
Right?
Yeah,
Also
true.
that. Also
Oh my
that.
I feel like that would be great.
I'll take all of these things.
Terminator versus Terminator.
Sorry.
I want an Archer army of like.
Can you imagine? That would be crazy. You know what? I want a Pam army.
Oh my god, yes.
You would.
They're all there.
Can
They're
we-
at your
True.
disposal.
Can we have an Archer army versus a Pam army?
I'm there.
Pam army
Half of
wins.
them will end up fucking, and the others will just be like running around shooting
No, like
people,
for
turning
real.
around
I
house
completely
people.
agree
Yeah.
with you.
No, it'd be like 1/3 end up fucking. 1/3 are just like drinking absinthe in a
Yes,
corner.
being best buds.
And the other third are just ripping each other to shreds
I
to a
love
stalemate.
Oh, that
love
sounds
that.
like the best war.
You're assuming that they're having sex with each other, correct?
Yeah.
That's also true
Okay.
because Pam might end up going after herself.
That would yeah, obviously she'd
Oh
end up
my
going
god,
after
Pam is
herself.
going to prediction. Pam is going to go for her cyborg
Yeah,
as
because
soon as she learns.
Yes.
she hasn't seen her yet, so that'll be fun. Or she's
my
gonna try to
God.
get Lana, the Lana
All the
cyborg.
things.
There's that too.
Yeah,
Or
but
She's
they've
already
been,
had Lana in
threesome
her life.
with herself and Lana and herself. It'd
I
be
love
great.
it.
but they've been programmed with their personality, so I don't think that Lana's cyborg, without some serious reconfiguration from
No,
Krieger,
that's how it will end up being Pam doing Pam. Because Lana cyborg will be like, nip,
No,
nip,
Pam's
nip,
goes-
nip, nip. Yeah, sure. Sounds
just
great.
moves on,
Oh man, I'm looking at our chat here, and
which is blowing up as
Oh,
I
that's so
understand it.
great.
Hello, internet. How are you? Renchi 90998. Hey, Renchi says Archer should really know who his father is. And then Ed Morris says I can't see Archer abandoning AJ. I mean, he hasn't really been around.
Is AJ even a person
She's
anymore?
alive. Is
That's
she?
actually true.
He certainly abandoned his pseudo-child, Seamus,
Yes.
as we've seen
The
before.
wee baby Seamus.
Yeah.
Seamus.
Which, by the way, nice attention to detail that the Archer clone had a tattoo on the back. Although I think it might have said
Something else.
Dickney or
No,
something
well,
like
he
that.
has Seamus on one shoulder and Dickie on the other.
Yeah, but I don't think it said Dick. It was
Well,
kind
yeah.
of cut off by the bottom of the screen, but I don't know. We'll have to go back and rewatch
down.
the tape on that one. That's all I'm saying. Zach, I think you're right, though. I think the key in this whole monstrous equation in the finale is that needlessly complicated line. We're gonna see something that is after a plot twist. I'm not even gonna say a plot twist
It's
because
just gonna be crazy.
This was the most logical conclusion to the end of the season. Is that it was Veronica Dean.
Yep.
It was all pretty straightforward, right? It was all wrapped up in a nice little bow, with the exception of possibly Archer dying in a pool.
How would we feel if Archer actually died? I
And
don't
we
like to
have
put
an
it out to the
Archer-less-
and we have an Archer-less season, and then he comes back at the season finale.
we talked about it last week, and it's The Office without Michael Scott. It's like it'll be funny, but it will feel like it's missing. It's like like Coke Zero. Actually, I like Coke Zero.
I was gonna say, I thought you liked Coke Zero. What's happening?
Crystal Pepsi is the analogy.
Oh, there you go.
Oh God, why do you have to
All
bring
of the
that
tastes,
back?
zero of the weird brown syrupy color that we've come to love.
I mean, phrasing? No, that doesn't work. I've been drinking.
Does it?
I'm not touching that one.
It's like Lucky
Phrasing.
Charms without the marshmallows.
There you go.
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
take that.
I'll take that.
Lies.
Probably decent, but ultimately not fulfilling.
Listen though, I don't think that's outside the realm of possibility.
At
though.
least
Okay,
half
so
a season. Half a season. I would say
Yeah,
half
like
a season.
we got a little Archer clone that's like brewing or something, and we need another 6 episodes or whatever it
God.
is for him to fully form.
I would like to see the crew getting used to a cyborg Archer.
See,
Because they know it's not real.
And
so...
somebody had a great suggestion. XL9 said it would be great if he was a cyborg but didn't have any powers.
Yeah, like how
powerless
like
cyborg.
oh, that would
around.
make it so much worse to keep with the theme of Archer getting his ass kicked the entire season and him just being a crappy,
That was genius.
crappy cyborg. I
Nick
would
seems
love that
to be
so much.
Losing his mind over in the corner.
Well,
What's going on?
you know, we could talk about Archer being dead all night, but
I don't want to. Why?
but there, like we gotta thank the fans as well, and that's because it's like, look, I've been drinking a little bit. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you
He's been
guys.
drinking. He's been
More than a
drinking.
normal episode of this show, but
You're like
I want to
4
thank
fingers.
all the fans
Take the whole hand.
all the fans who are joining us in the chat room. We'll shut you guys out towards the end of the show, but I want to give a special shout out to somebody from iTunes. Because you guys,
Yay!
even while we're off the air, you guys can continue to leave us iTunes reviews. It helps people find the show after the fact. It helps everyone at the network keep the visibility. It helps other people find it just so that they can keep enjoying the show and that we get to keep the lights on through, as Greg puts it, a magical formula that he will never fully understand.
No, sir. A crazy algorithm which I will never fully understand.
Don't blame him. It's this.
But we got a review, and the
Okay.
title of it is just review.
Yes, I'm ready.
5 stars.
Okay.
And well, I'll read the review first, then I'll tell you who it's from.
Okay.
Leaving a review for the finale, like you guys asked. You
Thank
happy?
you.
Yeah.
A little.
Sure.
All joking aside, great podcast, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
A good, touching
I like
review.
that.
But you know who it's from?
Who's it from?
The future Mrs. Greg Goodness.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
What is happening? What is
Future
happening?
Mrs. Greg Goodness, please let yourself be known.
Send
We can
photos.
find
Photos?
find at Greg Goodness on the Twitters.
You can find me there. Listen, I'm not saying no. Anyone who leaves me 5 stars, that deserves at least a coffee, probably.
Coffee.
Get on it,
You're
girl.
a beautiful, beautiful man.
You're a beautiful, beautiful man.
Let's go back to Archer.
Let's go
Should we
back
leave?
to
I feel like we
done
should leave.
here.
Okay. We'll just leave you two
Romance
at it.
And
marinade.
you two are beautiful, beautiful.
I have to say, some of my favorite stuff in this episode came, as it often does, from Krieger. Like the
so
instant
good.
that his like,
God.
I mean, I think Alexis and I both were like, oh, "Is this the clones?" Like the robot, the cyborgs made more sense. But like, if they had brought back the Krieger clones and
so
they started
excited.
clone bone,
Oh my God. I would've
but
lost it.
But even better because we got some insanity of like, get out of here with your human breast milk. Who says
was
it's human?
So crazy.
What are you gonna do with all of these Kriegers? Open an Adolf E. cheese?
I like that he named them based off their set jobs. Like not even their set
Copley.
jobs, but their set like
As
roles.
soon as he said Milkley, I literally lost my mind for
Done.
Piggly. I was like,
Why
yes.
would you bring your cyborgs here? I'm getting a day rate for them being extras.
$30.
getting a day rate?
Brilliant scheme.
I'm so mad that I don't have like like if me and my family, like my siblings were triplets, oh my god, we would totally do that.
Hella bang.
And it would make so much sense. I'm so mad I didn't think about that.
Oh man, although I like we got double Planet of the Apes.
Oh, beautiful.
Wonderful. Charlotte's Web dashed in there.
But even better, possibly the best Krieger line, just, that'll do, Milkley.
Guys, I talked about it. I wanted it to happen. I wanted a Piggly reference and I got it.
Amazing. Just in time.
Aw.
Yeah.
Piggly too.
I mean, guys, while we are clearly overwhelmed by the death
Clearly.
A lot of
question
emotions
mark
happening.
of Archer,
I am in a wall.
there was a lot of stuff going on in this episode. Of course, we had Krieger, and we had all of the clones, not clones, robotics,
Cyborgs.
Yeah.
whatever.
Passing the Turing test, which we don't even need to explain because they actually explained the
They did.
reference within the
Pretty fairly
episode.
well. Yeah.
I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed sometimes, so I do like it when they actually explain, especially when Pam made a reference and they're like, too obscure, and I was like, I have no idea what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
even
we
begin to
tried
down.
to look it up. I don't know who Dr. Hans Fullstoff is.
Nope.
If you know, leave us a note in the comments below.
I want to
Please
know.
do. Yeah. But not only do we get Krieger, we finally got the sort of culmination of Longwater, right? Where
Yes.
it was a sex tape
Yes.
/ also an insurance scam.
Did she not have enough discs? Did she not have enough discs?
Who has their sex tapes anywhere near their like financial scams? I just still.
She's also, not to say that actors are all, scatterbrained, but I feel like she's got a lot on her plate, and she was just like, I found this random disc, here we go, and I'm like, no.
I think this basically confirms my theory from last week, where the Veronica Dean, the fake Veronica Dean, and the real Veronica Dean were the same person, right? Since she was behind everything.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I think that actually may be a valid point.
Huzzah!
We never fully explain it, and there are certainly things that we've left off before in the show. Like, we still don't know who Archer's father is after we had a fairly long lead up to that. So we may never know for sure conclusively if the mystery woman was the same woman, because it could be someone totally different.
Yeah. You know, an interesting question from the chat, from D. Warren. Since Cyborg Archer was going to propose to Lana, do you think the real Archer was going to, since the Cyborg Archer didn't share the same personality?
See, that was what I was afraid of, is I thought he was just going to say he was sorry, not actually propose to her.
I thought it was going to be like,
Psych out.
Lana, will you bring the car around?
Yeah. Like, it was going to be something in a very Archer fashion, but I didn't think there was going to be a proposal.
But since he tweaked out, and we had that question earlier about what is love, where the cyborg kind of melts down, I'm wondering if that really was the plan, or if Krieger is like mapping these automatons so accurately that like they know more of what they want than their human.
Yeah, like their AI is starting to think more.
Yeah.
They're asking what is love. Maybe he was going to get it down on one knee and say, just, baby, don't hurt me.
I thought. I would have laughed.
No.
I would have
Anymore.
died. I would have exploded.
Oh my god.
I would have tweaked out just like that.
I mean, I think
resist.
we're giving
So terrible.
these cyborgs a little too much credit in that
I mean,
case.
I was thinking that Krieger that we got to see, who was very Krieger fashion, wasn't actually Krieger either. We never know. You don't know who anybody is except for our original crew. Besides
Well,
Archer.
this
actual Krieger may also not be actual
Exactly,
Krieger,
that's what
because
I'm
he
talking
may
about.
theoretically be one of the clones.
So that's what I'm saying. So I feel like it's more of an option for Archer to be a clone at this point, because we don't even know if we have real Krieger right now.
Krieger may be a cyborg of a clone of Hitler.
Yeah.
But if I'm a clone of to quote, if he's a clone of Adolf Hitler, why doesn't he look anything like Adolf Hitler?
Maybe he didn't want to look like that. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it. But that's what I'm saying, is that the fact that we didn't even know if that's really Krieger, and there's a whole thing about that. I don't know. There's too much.
All right, fair point. And guys, I don't know, was there anything else in this episode that really particularly stuck out? I feel so overwhelmed just by the murder mystery.
Why the hell was Cheryl in a towel?
Because she took a shower, he said wash everything, and then she came back wrapped up in a towel.
That's right.
I just like that she was
very
getting the
confused.
3 cornrows, which is like, you always have Pam to the corner, you'll have to be going to prison.
I guess she needed to
Just
feel
weirdo.
like she had to go to prison to get said cornrows.
Who knows with Cheryl? Her brain is a mess.
Apparently, the cops are real cops, as
Damn it,
far
I'm
as
so,
I can tell.
I'm so mad about that. I wanted them to be super fake.
I was really excited about it.
Did anybody else think that Key's cop sounded like it was a fill-in voice actor? It sounded different this week.
Did it?
A little
I didn't
bit.
notice.
It seemed like a higher pitch.
Well, he was just more wound up this episode.
He was also more wound up this episode. I don't know.
So, keyed up.
To stay on the marriage.
Get out! We've lost him.
I'm sorry, guys.
You were a clone.
To stay on the wedding thing, I was surprised at Lana's reaction, I guess, to the proposal, because I kind of expected her to, like, slap him or be like, none of this.
I've always thought that Lana and Archer really, 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 really care about each other.
Oh, yeah.
But I also think that Lana really wants to have her put a ring on it, but more for Archer to do it to her and feel like, because she's always wanted commitment. So if Archer's finally proposing to her, that's like the biggest commitment that she can think of. Even though I don't know if Archer would actually stay.
That's such a
committed.
weird moment amongst all of the crazy. It just feels
I was
wait,
like,
are we gonna get a proposal in marriage? No. Oh, okay.
I
So
mean,
to the
but
end.
Archer clearly like you want him to put a ring on it, but does he love it?
I don't know. I have no
I
idea.
mean, he was head over heels for Veronica Dean until she turned out to be batshit.
I just think he is the kind of person who wants to have like a lot of sordid love affairs, but would like to keep Lana on lock. Like, but this one's mine.
That's his
I
main.
have to
That's
explore.
That's his main chick, and then he can have as many side chicks as he wants.
Right. What do the pimps call it? Bottom
Healthy.
bitch.
That's what I was trying to avoid that term, but yes, that's exactly what he wants. He wants his base, which is Lana, and then have everything else stacked on top.
A harem of women around that. So
he wants to be a harem king.
yeah,
That's exactly what it is.
So I get it.
To that point, I don't think that Lana would say yes. I think that Lana wants to keep her options open, especially after this season.
Somebody, true. No,
Yeah,
true.
after this season,
after this
put
season,
me in
she's
jail.
totally. Oh, that was crazy having that whole Lana and the cop a scene in the car. I was like, whoa, got too real.
You're
got too real.
Yeah,
for me.
stop.
Over some
Bring
lines.
it back. Bring it back, Archer
That
writers.
was just like a.
And there goes Zach out of three. No, that was crazy because I was like, oh, we're in LA, we're having this thing, there's a lot of things happening. Oh my god. So it was kind of crazy.
They were gonna put her in the back of the cop car though, in front of what they addressed it, and it was kind of hysterical. Like the writing was funny. I wasn't laughing, but it was funny.
No, like I can appreciate the knowledge that went into that scene. It was just kind of like.
Look, I mean, like if we're gonna like analyze like the comedy of it, like sometimes when you're like sometimes being overly real with something like that can be funny because you're presenting with people with a situation that you don't usually expect to hear said out loud that way.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, I didn't find anything wrong with it. It was just like, oh wow, we got real there for a split second. Yeah.
It got real. And then we had from Planet of the Apes jokes.
Yes, like a split cut into it. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
It's like when you're driving through a tunnel. You just kind of hold your breath and wait for the Planet of the Ape joke to come, and then it's the sign.
We're all good.
Oh, okay.
We're all good.
All right, great.
Everything's fine.
Your alibi was that you were committing felony assault.
I was like,
Must have got a bonk on the noggin because
I was so mad at Archer at that point in time. I was just like, really? You're gonna send Lana to jail? You asshole.
Oh, there were so many other good
would.
moments.
There was what was your guys' favorite lines besides obviously our Planet of the Apes
other
stuff?
than what we've said, I mean, because I think we've gone over like a lot of them.
Yeah.
Just like,
How do you feel about
come
Shapiro?
on, beat it. 23 Skidoo.
I was like, what's happening?
Adolphe cheese was definitely the highlight for me.
Oh, man.
Because then I pictured an Adolphe cheese.
Can you? I can't even put into thought and imagination of what an Adolphe cheese looks like.
Like a mix of Mickey Mouse and the Chuck E. Cheese mouse.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
I'm gonna go with Inepticons being my favorite.
Nice.
That was pretty awesome.
Play on Decepticons.
Oh,
for
I liked
those
it.
on the know.
I got that. That Transformer reference was the best.
Nepticons could pass the freaking Turing test.
I loved when Clone Archer farted in Cyborg Cyril's pod.
It's a nice moment.
That was really great, and it also really showed how these guys' personalities are really in there too. Because
That was the idea. It's like really demonstrate. I mean, good writing. It's just
No,
like
it was fantastic.
Look, this get it immediately. Like they all are going to behave like the real ones.
that's what I'm saying.
Although weird that they have absolutely no transition of weirdness into reality of like, oh, I'm birthed and I'm cloned.
I think Krieger would have made that. He probably
Just
would've
Cyril
come
getting
out.
1 second of like, Yay!
This is probably trial like number 80 for Zero on these things.
No, I feel like Krieger brings them out and they have like a discussion of what happened that day so that they can really learn who the person that they're portraying is.
I mean, all that video and surveillance he's got
Exactly.
too. Just...
Don't forget, there's a Zero mask running around in this city on
True.
Barry.
True. Maybe there's a camera on that one and it's just running around going, what's happening?
I gotta call back to an earlier Pam line too. You never rent a mule.
Yes, I like that. I love
Never
when we
rent a
get
mule.
random animal stuff from her.
Just so
Phrasing
great.
from that as well.
Look, Hoovy knows her beasts of burden.
Yes,
right.
correct.
Guys, let's give one last shout out to all the lovely people out there who have rated and commented and said nice things. Metal Monkey, I'm pretty sure, has commented on every single YouTube video from the very beginning,
Metal Monkey.
saying that he's looking forward to the Terminator season. So,
Good.
apparently it's coming. I don't know, guys. Maybe. Just Nicole, another frequent commenter, just saying some cool stuff. Let's see, shouldn't be ruled out that Veronica's ex-husband really did die at the two... You gave a very lengthy explanation, just Nicole. I'm not doing justice by summing it up.
I love reading those.
Yeah, I don't know. IDK, MBFF Jill 730.
Yes,
Nice.
I love
name.
it so much.
Dean behind it all, since the beginning. Got that right. Cops are hired actors. Probably not.
I tried,
but I don't know.
guys.
We
I was
really
with
wanted
you.
that.
I was with you.
There for it.
I wanted it to happen so bad.
And Christina Jones saying, can Lana get some good competition for Archer? She deserves to get a guy that will turn Archer Hulk mad and not Cyril.
And someone who's actually tempting for her. Like, she kind of dates these guys, like, just to throw in Archer's face. I'd really like a guy where she's like, oh.
No, I would really want that because we usually get like a little bit for like an episode, but then something they're either the evil one or they're gay or whatever, and you're just like, Lana, I want to give you a win, just one win, damn it.
And lastly, like, shout-outs to the chat roll.
Oh, yeah.
Biggest live audience we've had so far.
Awesome.
Renji, Jason, Templar, Mr. J.
Mr. J.
Nice. Rachel Ross, Eb Morris. We got D. Warren.
So many.
Felipe Gallon, XL9. All of you guys. Thank you
amazing.
so much for joining us and making this night extra special. We also had Paola Wayne.
All right.
Oh, so many. Can I just say one last thought to damn you, Adam Reed! You maniac!
What's
You
happening?
blew it up!
What's going on, Zach?
Alright, guys. We've spent a
amazing.
ton of time picking this all apart, and Lord knows we can spend a lot more, but we only got a little bit of time left. So let's get that spooky theremin music up. Let's hear some predictions for what's gonna happen if we haven't dissected it enough already.
I mean, I know we want to have it one last time. Have we done anything but prediction?
We'll just give our favorite one.
Just
Alright.
go crazy.
Just
go
favorite was
crazy.
outlandish.
Just go for
Jack,
it.
I'm gonna start with you, sir.
Oh, you're
I'm putting
starting
you
with
on.
Drunkard. You gotta start.
That's not a good idea.
You got this.
I mean, look, I think that one of the archers is just like either he's got a scuba mask on in the pool, or it's just some crazy thing where Archer's just laughing at his mother crying over his dead body. He's like in the bushes, like something like that.
Fair enough.
Oh, that hurts my soul. Listening to Mallory cry was just like, oh God, you poor woman, even though you're a terrible person sometimes.
And a mother.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna stick with my theory that him and Veronica Dean ran off together because now there's no way that they would know that Archer is still alive in any way, shape, and form. So they're literally sitting there enjoying their spoils of victory with, again, being naked with lots of tequila and dancing on the beach.
I'm gonna make a prediction for the next episode, and I think we have a death at a funeral scenario where Archer comes back and disrupts his own funeral and chaos ensues.
Oh, yes. I would love to see him watching in the background. It'd be great. Just like watching like people just either say really nice things or really terrible things.
Critiquing
Really
the
terrible
eulogy.
things.
Oh yeah,
Let's be
like
honest.
he'd just be like, your eulogy was crap. No, wait, shut up, let me finish. And then just like continue through, and it'd be great.
Yeah. From the rafters, Huck Finn style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
classical literary.
I liked it.
I'm gonna go bigger. I think that we've seen Adam Reed take a really big swing this season.
Crazy.
It was weird and crazy. I think that we're gonna go Archerless for at least a few episodes.
Jeez, I don't
We're
think
gonna
I'm
have a
ready.
return to New York. We're gonna have them try to have some, semblance of a life without Archer, try to move on, try to get past it, and then he will come back. That's my 2 cents. But I've been frequently proven wrong. This is from the guy who thought that AJ did it.
Hey,
so
I still like that
think
theory.
that's gonna happen.
I still like
We still
it.
have another season. Well,
Bring us young assassin AJ. We're
I want
ready.
it so bad.
All right,
Baby
internet,
assassin.
thank you
assassin.
so much for tuning in. This has been such an awesome panel. I love doing this with all of you guys. You guys commenting and rating have made it all the worthwhile. Once again, I've been Greg Goodness. You can find me on the twits at Greg Goodness. One last time, everyone introduce yourselves. Say goodbye.
I'm Krieger's future wife,
Yeah!
Joelle Monique. You can find me everywhere at Joelle Monique.
It's gonna be a real weird marriage.
It's gonna be gorgeous.
gonna
I can't
be
wait for that
amazing.
wedding invitation. It better be a tiny cyborg of you giving me invitations. You can find me banging Lana and Pam at the same time. They're clones and them. At Torres890. Also, I agree with you, Renji. Hashtag Cyborg Lives Matter.
God.
Anyway, guys, I'm Zach Wilson. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at that Zach Wilson, ThatzachWilson. And stay tuned to my Twitter, especially because I'm going to be announcing some things hopefully soon that we'll be doing over the summer. So stay tuned there for announcements.
All right, internet. This has been AfterBuzz for Archer, signing off until season 8. All right, bye everybody.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.